I wonder if it's even possible. How to make someone fall in love with you again? Let's look into that. All right, so we're going to have some fun with this particular title, How to Make Someone Fall in Love with You Again. You know what I thought immediately was Aladdin. Do you remember the show? The Disney animated show, Aladdin? And the genie is introducing to him the rules. There are 3 rules. Do you remember what they are? I can't kill anybody, so don't ask. Number 2, I can't make someone fall in love with you. And number 3, you can't bring anybody back from the dead. So I'm afraid we're going to have to invoke the genie rules here. You can't make someone fall in love with you. Now, having said that, let's have a little discussion about what you might have to do with that. First of all, I would love to have you review one of the videos that we've done before about overcoming insecurity in a relationship. You can link to it right up here, where we talked about the influence quadrant. Please review that video, because where your focus is will determine the kind of an impact that you're going to have in a relationship, and that is important. Now, beyond that, let's just have a little chat about love. Love is a choice. Now, sometimes we think about it as a condition or a feeling, and yeah, there are things that are associated with love that go into the feeling realm. Of course, you're going to feel certain things, or you're going to be in a certain state or state of mind. At the end of the day, it's a choice. I still remember a couple that was sitting right here in my office, and he confessed to me. He said, "Doc, I just don't love her anymore." And what I wanted to say to him, maybe I did say this, I can't remember specifically. What I wanted to say to him was, well, then love her, duh. Because it's a choice. It's a choice that is followed by behaviors and actions and consequences. It's a choice. You choose to love someone. It is an active verb. Now, what if it's a relationship where someone has fallen out of love with you? One of the worst things that you can do is to get all clingy and desperate. Okay, because that's not going to have a good effect. But that's what you are inclined to do when you're trying to reclaim a relationship. Remember, going back to the influence quadrant that we talked about in that other video, if your focus can get off of yourself, okay, so that you're not so worried about how you feel, it's not about you, you can put your focus in how do they feel about themselves. This feels risky and vulnerable because, well, if I'm not trying to make this happen, then it'll never happen. Well, yeah, but it's kind of like holding a stick of butter. Have you ever done that? Where you grab hold of a stick of butter, and if you grab it too tight, what's going to happen? It's going to squirt right out of your hands. You got to cradle that thing gently. And relationships are like this. Because if you desperately come at it in a clingy, needy sort of a way, ew, just as I'm sharing that with you, how does that feel to you? It's like, I remember working with parents who were having problems with their kid separating from them, leaving them with a babysitter or at the daycare or whatever. And so if you see, here's the parent and the child, and they're just like, oh, just so enmeshed and so tight, right? And maybe mom is feeling like, okay, it's time for me to go over here. Oh, and they're just locked in here, right? And finally they can break it. Oh no. Oh, that's better. Oh man, this is suffocating. Do you see, the person who's being clinged to feels suffocated, buried. It's like, oh, give me some space here. Now, when a relationship is on the rocks, when it feels like, oh, this person doesn't love me anymore because they've pulled away, they've separated, it might be to just end that clinginess, see? And I just want you to be honest about that and take a look and ask yourself, you know what? Am I doing the squeeze here? Because one of the remedies feels a little counterintuitive. It's that you get to stand on your own as a stable, solid, sane individual who can handle this and doesn't need this. Do you see the difference? How is that going to feel to the other person? Now, I used the example of a parent and child earlier. As that child, and sometimes we have to take mom out of the picture for a minute, and the kid's like, ah, 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 and they wear out after a while. And so finally it's like, hey, wait a minute, I'm okay. Why am I okay? Well, just because I'm okay. And then mom can be reintroduced here, and it's like, oh, hi, mom. And they can have a loving, close relationship without getting that tight, clingy enmeshment that we had before. So in the same way, in your relationship, in your adult relationship, can you stand on your own 2 feet? Can you be okay here? Because being okay here makes it more likely that you can be okay here. Not here, but here, where you both choose to be in that same space by choice. It's not because of dependency. It's not because the only place I'm okay is when I'm clinging here. See, that's suffocating to the other person. So, getting back to our main topic, how do you get someone to fall in love with you? You can't. It's against the rules. Remember the genie. But if you can take care of yourself and change your focus to where you're not worried about how you feel about yourself or how other people feel about you, your focus is on how other people feel about themselves, and you can be in that same stable, loving place, then you're available to have a relationship with that other person in a way that doesn't feel so clingy. That might give you a couple of ideas of where to go with this. Hey, Live on Purpose TV family, I'm so glad that you're here. If you're new to the channel, would you please subscribe? We would love to have you back. I'll see you tomorrow.